Hello everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Wolf from Fortnite. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. I'll even include one for color. But for those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Alright, wolf. I want to make it more of like a monster, like a wolf, you know, but I can't. I mean, I'm not going to change up their design. I'm just saying I'm thinking more of a fighting monster action pose, you know, like he's coming at you, he's coming to get you. So yeah, so just kind of hunched over like he's about to attack, I guess, really. Not so much a monster shape or anything like that. I'm just you know, trying to get a little crazy with it, a little different. What I may do is, I mean, what I really like about this character is this jacket, you know, the little fur thing. It's a really fun idea. So I'm gonna kind of play around with that, and maybe I'll make it a little furrier, a little bigger, you know. Not too big, but, you know, a little different. Okay, so it looks like the sketch is going to work. Or the pose is going to work, so I'm going to go ahead and flesh out the shape. Yeah. I made that leg a little bit long, but I can fix that with the sketch and straightening it out. Make it work to the way I want it. He's got these weird shoes too. They're very flat in the foot. It's hard to describe. Kind of like those. Okay, maybe I'm just an old man and I just don't understand fashion. Really, this is what it comes down to. Because there's some shoes that are out there that are, how do I say this? Not my style, obviously, and they're very pointy or flat, like space shoes. I don't know. I can't describe them. And you'll probably laugh if you saw what I was talking about, because you're like, oh, that's what you mean? Those are awesome shoes. I don't think so. It's just not my thing. And so, you know, it's just, that's it. It's just not my thing. So, yeah, there are certain shoes out there that I just don't like, and his shoes are very much like that. They're super flat at the bottom. And it's just not my thing. That's all it is. So these look strange to me is basically what I'm trying to say. Because it's not my thing, because I find it strange. I find these strange. But hey, you know, it's not about me. It's not all about me. I mean, you know, everybody likes something different, and that's why there's variety. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is just because I don't like it doesn't mean it's wrong. I mean, it's just who I am, and it's just my style, so, or lack of, I guess, you know. So it's okay if you like it, I guess is what I'm trying to say, you know. You like what you like, I like what I like, we'll meet somewhere in between. Okay, so let me draw this little hood thing that he's got. And sorry if I go quiet. Sometimes when I go quiet, it means I'm concentrating. So it's a good thing, but I'm just no longer entertaining you. Sorry about that. But you know, maybe I talk too much. Maybe it's not entertaining at all. So maybe it's good that I go quiet every now and then, huh? All right. So let me make this furry jacket thing. I'm going overboard. I'm going way too big with it, but... So, are they feathers or fur? Because the way they have it, it looks like... I was just talking about this in another one, in another drawing, that sometimes you animate stuff to look a certain way because it's less to draw. Well, it's the same thing with these characters. Video game characters, sometimes you just got to make it easier to animate, or easier on the render engines, so you don't draw a lot of detail into your characters. And I'll be honest with you, knowing what I know about a lot of this stuff, a lot of this too is not even modeled, not even 3D modeled. It's all colored like that. So anyway, the point I'm trying to get to is like this little fur collar thing that he's got. It looks like feathers because I guess that's supposed to be like the way their fur is, the way they're animating it, or the way they're illustrating it. It's very it's easier to draw it like this, or model it like this, as opposed to thousands of pieces of hair. But I don't know. It's crazy to me because, like I said, it looks like fur. It looks like feathers, the way they modeled it. But again, I said the same thing as the other ones. Like, but you know what? They're the ones with the animated show. They're the ones with the video games. They're the ones that are right. You know, if I had a video game, maybe I could say I was right. But nope, they're the ones that are doing it. So they're doing something right. Okay. Let's see what I'm doing. Ooh, this hand. Let's do this hand kind of like a. We'll do the jacket flying back. This one's almost like a wolf hand, you know, kind of doing something like this, maybe, you know, a little crazier. Just something different, you know. We gotta mix it up every now and then. Let's see what we do. The thumb will come out like this. Do this finger like this. And then we'll do the other ones kind of the same way. Kind of falling on each other, but reaching down. Okay, so let me add some detail here. Something like that. Thumb's a little far out there. Let me bring it in a little bit. I think that'll work. Okay, so let me erase some of these sketch lines, and we'll just stick with the confidence lines, right? But we'll welcome everybody that jumped over, that skipped to the Sharpie portions. Don't worry, I appreciate anybody looking at any part. Even if you just look at the color at the very end, it's fine with me. I'm just happy to help you in any way. Even if it's directions on how to get away from me. I'm happy to help you. It's a joke. Okay, and so I think that's enough. Enough has disappeared, and I can still see some that I can use this to sketch with or to trace over with my Sharpie. So let's get going. Welcome, skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a different drawing every day. You can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but depends a little finer than the fine point and can find things that a fine point can't quite find. So I've sketched the entire thing out, and I'm going to start with the Sharpie pen to get some of the finer detail, and then we'll go to the big Sharpie fine point, which is bigger and exaggerated and really stand out. So for his glasses, that's the first thing I'm going to start with. I'm just going to do the outline, and I think I'm going to leave those lines for color, because if I try to do like a tracing, like a hollow line, so we can color the inside, it's going to be almost impossible as tiny as this is. So For now, we're just drawing the glasses, okay? And don't worry, we're gonna do those lines with color. But we'll go ahead and do the glasses now and get us going with that shape. All right. Maybe, now that I see it, maybe we can do it. Let me think about this. Yeah, okay, here, we'll do the sockets like this. And then that'll leave a space to do the white for the rays going across, okay? And that way I've got you something there, and then we'll do, if you want to right now, just go across 3 lines like that. I'm not gonna do it, we're waiting for color, and I'm gonna keep moving. So now I'm gonna draw his nose. Got a very prominent nose there. And you hear that? That's my table. Sorry if all this squeaking is going to get to you. Hopefully the music's covering it so you can't hear it. So I'm going to draw his mouth. Something like that. Come in for the bottom lip just a little bit. Color will take care of all that. And let's draw his face. So I'm going to draw his chin. And I'm going to thicken it up because when I switch over to this Sharpie, you're going to see a huge difference. So I'm only going to draw up to right there. That's it, because I'm going to draw his hood and all that, and that's going to cover up that part of his face. But we can't draw it this side. So we're going to come over here for his chin, or for his jawline, I guess. Go up, his cheekbones, like that. Okay, so I'm going to draw his little hood and go from here. So I'm going to just start right about here, because I know where it's going to go in my sketch, like where that's going to go to. Okay, and again, I've got it sketched out so I know where all this is going to. So I'm not just drawing strange lines, I know how I planned it. So it's coming down here. This. Again, I'm going to thicken this up just a little bit. Just because it's almost too thin with this Sharpie. This is a new Sharpie. I switched over for a new one for this drawing. So the new ones are always nice and fresh and sharp. Okay, so again, I can't draw until I do the fur. So let me draw. Let's see, we're going to draw the outer edge kind of like this. I'm just going to kind of disappear it or blend it into the other side like that. Then I can draw the top part, okay? There's the point of his hood. This. Something like that. And there's more detail in it, but again, I want to do that with color. So let's go ahead and just give him some hair. Oops, I cut into the glasses. I got too excited there. Let's see if I can cover that up. Nope, messed it up. That's okay. I'll just try to make them cohesive like that, dark on both sides. Alright, so, oops, I lost my picture. There we go. So let me just draw some hairlines like that. Oh, that's going to be colored in black anyway, so it's going to be hard to see any of that. Alright, so for his fur, or feathers, I'm not too sure exactly what that is, I'm going to start with the big Sharpie. So, his coat's kind of flowing this way, and that's what I meant by I know where this is going, that this is going to lead to his coat. So, let me go ahead and continue down here so you can see where it's going, because I've got the coat kind of flowing, and then we'll get going with the rest of it, okay? That, and that gives me an edge to work with. Okay, so there. See how I wanted to define the edge for the glove, for the coat before I did the rest of that? That's why I stopped at that certain point. But again, it was planned. I knew where I was going with this. All right. So for the fur, we're going to kind of come in like this, and they've got, I was talking about this in the sketch, they've got it looking almost like feathers. It comes to a point. But I think it's because of the way the 3D model is designed. I think that's why it's like that. So I don't think it's really supposed to be like feathers, but they've got it with this pointy look like that. So I'm just going to kind of emulate the same thing. To give him that look that he's got. Oops. See, I keep doing that. I keep getting excited and drawing too far into the stop line. But that's okay. You know, I can work with that. It's no big deal. So I'm going to do the other side too. And I've got it pretty boisterous, pretty out there. So let's see. This one is going to go to right here. Come up like that. Connect it. Same thing. Add like the little fur lines or feather lines, I guess. Okay, so I will come back with the smaller Sharpie and add just a few little extra lines just to try to you know, make it stand out. Make it look like some kind of feathery fur costume. Just to accent, basically. And what I was talking about too in the sketch is that a lot of times they'll do stuff like this because if it is fur, this way it's more stylized and they don't have to try to animate or 3D model thousands and thousands of hairs for fur. You know, they kind of give it its own unique Fortnite fur, I guess is what you could call it. And that way it looks stylized and unique to Fortnite, and you don't really have to say, but that's not what fur looks like. Doesn't matter. This is their style, and it works, you know? Okay. Alright. Okay, now, I stopped right there because of the way his coat is going to flare out too. So let me finish up his suit. And so I'm going to draw his neck down like this, and I can draw his collar to his tie like this. And it's going to go down to where his suit buttons up right here. So like I said, I've got him hunched up just a little bit. So we're going to just do like this. And that's where it's going to seal to itself or button to itself. And then his tie is like that. And I'm going to have this coat, the one that's buttoned up, out a little bit too. So I'm going to do that. Come down, stop there. Draw the other side of it where it buttons together. Draw this one, just hanging down. Not so much flying up like that. And it's going to go into the leg like that. Now, I'm going to add just a few creases and folds for the inside here just to define a few edges. And make it my own too. Because this is how they model, this is how I draw. Alright, so I kind of wrinkled it all up there. Make sure I can clean up anything I accidentally didn't connect or touch. There we go. Alright, so now I can draw his arms. So I'm going to draw his coat coming up like this into his arms, and his arms a little bent, so we're going to have some creases and folds going to his bicep right there. There's the underside to his elbow, and draw up to his sleeve, And I'll draw some more creases and folds in a second. I just want to draw this hand first, and then we'll come back and add some detail. So his hand, I just pretty much have in something like this. So I'm going to use this so I don't smear with my own sweaty palms here. I'm going to draw the back of the hand. Here's the inside. Here's the pinky, just kind of bent over. Same thing, the rest of them are just kind of flying up. So ring finger. And there's the middle finger. And there's the index finger. Over to the thumb. Oops. Didn't connect. And there. So I know it's just kind of blocky, so I'm going to add some extra detail with the Sharpie pen. I love using this big Sharpie, and I want you to be able to use it too, just be able to grab anything that's in your house. You know, you don't have to own a bunch of expensive supplies, but sometimes we are limited by the detail that it gives us. You know, sometimes it's just not very good at fine detail. It's great for big stuff, but not fine detail. So I like to come back with this Sharpie pen and add little extra stuff just to make it come alive, you know? Okay, some creases in the material, and there we go. So, I'll do some more over here. Let's see, a few more bends in his jacket. All right. Okay, so let's do this arm. This one's just hanging out, just flying out, but I've got it kind of almost like a claw, because I was going for more of like the wolf, you know, wolf monster hand. I know, it doesn't make sense, but it's fun for me to do. Alright, so there's that arm. We're going to draw the sleeve like this. That means we can draw the wrist to the hand. Now this hand I've got kind of out extended, so this thumb's going to come way out here like this. Come in. That. I'm going to do this finger bent over like this. The middle finger kind of behind it, like that. Ring finger is out as well, and pinky is pretty much extended to its full point right there. Now, like I did with the other one, I'm going to add extra detail in a second. I just wanted to draw the outline, the idea of it, and then I'm going to add the detail. Okay, so this came out a little choppy here. I got a little too stylized, I think. Sometimes that happens. It's okay. Just gonna add a bunch of creases and folds to just kind of show that, yeah, well, he's really extending his hand out here, so he's kind of over exaggerating. All right. Oops. Gotta be careful with that. Sometimes I just go too crazy. All right. So. There we go. It's a little messy in there, but that's okay. It still conveys the crazy hand that he's got sticking out because he's excited and he's in attack pose, right? Okay, so let's draw the outside of that coat. I'm gonna follow the little curve that I did here, connect it, and it's gonna swoop back under his legs. So I'm gonna wait to do that to last, that way I can draw the legs next, and then I'll come back and do it afterwards. So I'm just gonna draw, and now it's just pretty much just cloth and pants. I mean cloth and boots, right? So I'm gonna draw this leg over to his knee, and let's see, so his crotch is about right there, and let me draw this leg first, that way I can draw this one underneath. So I can draw this leg to his knee, to his pants, like that. Like that. That bent in a little bit too much. To his boot. Something like that. We'll add some detail in a second. So now I can draw the other leg behind that one. Again, to his pants. To his boot. And again, I'll add some detail in a second. And before I forget, let me do the other side of the coat. So it's coming down like this, back behind that, and that's why I wanted to do that first. flow like it's going through or behind, in like that. Okay, and I can reconnect this now that I have that edge. Again, this one is flowing back behind too. There we go. All right, so now I'm going to add a little bit of extra, just to, you know, make it seem real. You know, there's creases and folds in his pants from being stretched out like that, and maybe somewhere his knee is, you know, something like that. And we'll do some on his ankles, and his boots are pretty much just space boots. I mean, not space boots. Just regular old Fortnite shoes, I guess. I mean, it doesn't even have laces. It doesn't even look like it. Just kind of, they kind of wrap over, something like that. So they're going to be colored black anyway. So there you go. I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is the wolf from Fortnite.
So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.